NYC Sports Podcast Show. Welcome out, Coach Uncle Milt. And we're here on our, 66? Is this 66?
67.
67? I'm losing track. 66, 67. I hear some popping or something. What's that popping? That's this here. Oh, man, this thing is here. Now we're going to have to do... Can you hear him live on the air? Let's get... Excuse me. It's NYC Sports Podcast Show. Coach Uncle Milt. And we here on our 67th episode. And we got a lot to talk about. We got update in Florida, AYF, UYFL. We got all the updates at home. The New York League is having a Super Bowl next week. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And Nationals, what's going on? There was some heartbreakers, some close ones down at Nationals, but you play on and you see what happens and everything, and see what see what can you do. Going down the road, you go there and you play your heart out, and then what it is, the results is what it is. We're gonna talk about that, and I'm just trying to get myself together a little bit because we got our new phone lines in. Hopefully, this is the last time we change our phone lines. If not, hey, the saga goes on. It's 717-9618. That's 718-717-9618. Call us up. You want to get on the line and talk about any youth sports topic. You want to talk about Nationals. You want to talk about what's going on locally with the New York League and everything. So, get on the line and come shout us out. And we open to talk about whatever you like to talk about. But let's kick it off right now, man. Last week it was some playoff games for the Super Bowl of the New York League. And they had some games. I wasn't able to see none of them. Getting ready for some other things that I was doing for the sports show. But I got some results. Shout out to the New York League kids and coaches and teams that participated in the playoffs last week. We're going to start out at the Peanut Division, the Holiday Bowl, they call it, Peanut Division. It was Bayside Raiders 6, Bronx Knight 22, Queens Falcons 24, and Kings Bay Panthers 12. So they move on to the Super Bowl. That's going to be played at Laravis Hall High School in Brooklyn. We're going to get that information up later on down the show. We're going to get that up. So we're starting off at the Junior Pee Wee Division. It was a game, Kings Bay Bengals versus the Brooklyn Skyhawks. It was Skyhawks 6, King Bay 0. Then it was Springfield Rifles. Well, it's a forfeit. I might be saying it wrong. Let me back up. I might be saying it wrong. Let me back up because I'm saying it wrong. At the Peanut Division, I'm going across. I'm going up and down. I'm reading it up and down. It's going across. Bayside Raiders 6, Queens Falcons 24 at the Peanut Division. So the Queens Falcons move on to the Super Bowl. The next game was at 11 o'clock. Bronx Knights 22, Kings Bay Panthers 12. So the Super Bowl at the Peanut Division is the Bronx Knights and the Queens Falcons in the Peanut Division. Junior Pee Wee Division, it was a forfeit, so I guess the Rifles going on to the Super Bowl with Kings Bay Bengals. I guess it was a forfeit. Brooklyn Skyhawks 6, Bronx Knights 28. So that's the Super Bowl right there. In the Junior Pee Wee Division is the Springfield Rifles against the Bronx Knights, and the Super Bowl, which is next week. Pee Wee Division is the Bronx Knights 0, Brooklyn Skyhawks 42. They had a thriller over here. Queens Springfield, well, I keep saying Queens. Springfield Rifles 12, Queens Falcons 14. And that was an overtime. That was a really good game in overtime. Very close. At the Bantam division, it's the LBX Empire 0, Brooklyn Skyhawks 22, the Brooklyn Panthers 6, and the Queens Falcons 32. So that's the Super Bowl in the Bantam division. Brooklyn Skyhawks with the Queens Falcons. Next intimate division, Queens Falcon was 2, and the LBX M6. I don't know, I can't get myself together reading this thing. It's the Springfield Rifles 8 and the New York Lions 26. So that's the Super Bowl next week. It's the LBX Empire against versus the New York Lions. So it's going to set it up next week at the Super Bowl. And that's going to be at Aravis Hall Field in Brooklyn. Y'all go out and support this team. Those who didn't, teams go out and support this team. They got a gate fee. That's going to be there. It's $10. Free for kids under 5 years, and that's under or over. I didn't get the rest of it. Please be advised that no alcohol will be allowed on the premises. Anyone found with alcohol will be proceeded to exit, or they're going to kick you out. The Ravis Hall Field address is 1405 McDonald Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. That's 1405 McDonald Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We starting out the first game. It's on a Saturday, the 11th. Saturday, 11th. Saturday, 11th. At 10 o'clock. It's the Brooklyn Skyhawks at the Peanut Division. The Brooklyn Skyhawks versus Springfield at 10 o'clock. Saturday, another Saturday game too. It was 2 Saturday games there. At 1 o'clock, it's the LBX Empire versus the New York Lions. And that's at 1 o'clock. So you got a 10 o'clock and a 1 o'clock game there on Saturday. Sunday, the 12th, you start off at 9:30. The Bronx Knights, Springfield Rifles, at 9:30 at the Junior Pee Wee Division. The Pee Wee Division, you have 11:30. You have the Queens Falcons and the Brooklyn Skyhawks. That's at 11:30, and then at 1:30 Sunday is the Queens Falcons and the Brooklyn Skyhawks. And that's so Saturday they got a game at 10 and 1, and Sunday they got a game at 9:30, 11:30, and 1:30. So that's at our Rabbis Hall Field, the high school field, 1405 McDonald Avenue in Brooklyn. Look it up, Google it, and go out to support. Go out to support. So that's what that is. Real quick before we go to the break, we're going to talk about the AYF down in Florida. There's an update for the AYF down in Florida. So only 2 teams went. Was
new message is received from Stacy.
It was only 2 teams left that went, and I gotta turn my phone down. Everybody know I'm on the air on Wednesday. 2 teams left. They're both upstate. One is in Syracuse and one is in Buffalo. Buffalo kids at 12U. And then they started in Salt City Renegades at 9U. And they came into Florida in the All-American division. And the first game, it didn't go well for the Buffalo kid. The first game lost to District Heights Chiefs. 35-0. So their first game didn't go, and they had another game on Sunday. This game was on Tuesday. They had another game on Sunday. They didn't do so well that game. They lost by 1 point, but they was more competitive in this game. They lost by 1 point. Trevor Coast Spartans beat them 29-28. At the non-U division, you had the Salt City Renegades, Renegades up in Syracuse. They started out on a Tuesday also, and they played the Benson. They didn't do so well. 25-19. They lost to the Bruins, and then they had the second game, which was on Sunday, and they lost to the Renegades Colts United, 32-7. So, hey, that's it for the AYF as far as New York is concerned. There's no more teams left. Just like I said, you go to see these guys are considered to be the best in the state of New York, so they go out and see if they can get that national chip, and that's how it goes. You go and you fall short, and that's how it happens. We're gonna go to the break right now. We're gonna come back. I'm gonna have to get myself together here. We're gonna go to the break. We're gonna come back with what happened down in UIFL, Florida. A lot of things happened, so we're gonna talk about it when we get back.
A community fundraiser. Each of us helps one of us. Think of a community hit with an epidemic that created financial devastation, massive unemployment, housing problems, and food shortages. To help the community to weather the tough times ahead, we must pull our resources together and create a cycle of funding. A one-time resource is help required. Each of us helps one of us with this continuously cycle of support. We'll relieve the burden off of you, the individual, with the help from the community. To join our community, email us at eachofushelpsoneofus@gmail.com. Leave your name and date of birth, and we'll send you the instruction video.
To create a perfect student athlete, you must enhance these attributes: mind, body, and soul. In other words, education, fitness, and nutrition must be a part of your life. And it starts right here at the New York City Youth Sports Initiative.
Here's 5 ways to support NYC Youth Sports Podcast Show. 1. Push the subscribe button, like it, and leave a comment. 2. Donation. What you can. It will be appreciated. 3. Promote what you're doing or your kid's achievement in youth sports with our $10 on-the-screen ad spot. $10 per show or $30 a month. 4. Share this podcast show with others on social media. 5. Buy our show's apparel on Amazon.com. Thank you for your participation.
We back, NYCU Sports Podcast. We're back, and just like my energy was kind of down, so I had to try to find it, get my energy up. Nationals down in UIFL, Florida, Plant City, Florida, man. A couple of teams from New York went down there, out of New York State, went down, not a couple, more than a couple, and they touched down in the Sunday games. I had it on a live stream, and it was, I mean, the box, it's called Box 5 TV. It was much better this year, much better, because the camera angles and it was away from the field, and so I couldn't really see, but it was much better this year, man. I enjoy watching it. It's I'm gonna order it. If whatever the New York team go to the final, but we got a couple of Final Fours, but before we get there, we're gonna start out with what happened on Sunday, because a couple of games happened on Sunday, and they touched down. And we're going to start off at the 7U division on Sunday. The team from Buffalo, grade 8 elite from Buffalo, they had a devastating loss against McVille Dolphins. And it was like, wow, it was just Madville Dolphins, they called. And Mandeville Dolphins. That's the correct way of saying it. And they had a tough loss. It was a 42-0 loss. They touched down. And then this is at the 7U division. They played again on Monday at the 7U division, and they lost to the NCYFL Hawks 20-0. So wow, this was not a good. It's not a good start for the grade 8 elite 7U team. There was another devastating touchdown for the same Mandeville Dolphins, man. Mandeville Dolphins at the D2 division, 8U. Brooklyn Chiefs took a devastating loss at the 8U division against the Mandeville Dolphins, man. It was a 32-0. It was just a devastating loss, man. And so it wasn't looking so good starting out for the New York teams. But it was another game on at the 8U division. The 8U grade 8 elite from Buffalo. 8U, D1 8U lost 6-12 to Sweetwater Cardinals. So, it didn't start out so good for New York teams, Sunday, D2 Sunday team started out like that Flower City Renegades. I got this one wrong. I looked at the I looked at the live stream, and I reported this game backwards. And man, I'm sitting on my couch, and I'm getting and all these insults like Mel. I was like, whoa, what happened? He said, you got the game wrong. I said, well, let me go check it out, man. I went back and checked it out. I said, oh, my bad. I felt like it was the moment, you calling the game wrong, bro. So, I apologize to the Flower City Panthers. They still alive at the 8U D2 division. They came in, they beat this team, Flagger Bulldogs, 32-12. The Brooklyn Renegades also I didn't understand how the Brooklyn Renegades got there, but I think they won. I look it up. I think they won the D2 at the 8U division. I think they won the D2 chip. So I gotta check it out. But the Brooklyn Renegades, which was a surprise to me, they showed up. But the Swamp Fox put it on them 47-0. So that kind of erased whatever ideas they had trying to compete in Florida. It was done, The Monday game, Flower City had a back-to-back, and they pulled it out. The Swamp Foxes from Asheville Ridge, Swamp Foxes, 7-6, and the Flower City Renegades pulled it out, and they still alive. The Staten Island Hurricanes had a bye, came out on Monday, 33-22 to the Back River Bulls, and they put it on them and pulled that game out. This game at D1 9U, man, Brooklyn Saints, man, that was a good game, man. That was a good game to watch. But just like I said, you run out of time and opportunities, and that's what happened to the Brooklyn Saints. First time D1 position in Florida. First time team went down. I shout out to Angels and the coaches and over there and the kids, man. They played really pretty good, man. They had that first game, and just like I said, them D1 brackets is really tough. It's not easy. So shout out to that team. They lost to Sutherland Sun Devils 6-13, and that's how it goes, man. Down in Florida. We're going to move right along. Brooklyn Saints, they played on Tuesday also, and they lost to the OTA team 7-0 on Tuesday. Moving along, D2 10U Sunday. Flower City got another team down there, beat Chester Cougars 34-0. You know, that team is, they came out blazing and they ran through the Cougars at that division. Monday, they took a short turn with the Cowboys 33-7. Flower City lost the next day to the Cowboys, and like that back and back down in Florida, that's kind of tough with that back and back. You know, the next game, Chiefs had a bye. Shout out to Malik and them guys, them coaches in the 10U. I was just wondering, like, how did they get a D2? How did they get in the D2 bracket and they won the Super Bowl? They was the only team in, as far as the Brooklyn Chiefs are concerned, to be in D2. Everybody else was in D1, but I guess I get that answer one day when we ever get Mr. Magic to come talk to us on there. We can ask him, how did he just criteria of picking who's D1, D2? How do you pick who has a bye, who's not? We would like to him to grace his presence on our show so he can really explain to us and my listening audience on what's the criteria on how he picks his teams in brackets, and also just like I said, D1, D2. We're gonna see one day he probably bless us with his presence and let us know how that go down. So other than that, moving along. Monday at the D1 11U, the Chiefs took a loss. The Chiefs took a loss at the 11U division. Now, I thought this team had an easy shot to play in a championship game, but it don't seem to be the case. They lost 21-0 to Westside Wildcats. It's the first game out, and then they got a chance to be in the third place when they play Thursday. They play Mid River Renegades, and see how that's going to be the battle of third place in that D1 11U division. But it's what it is. They lost their first game, and you can't lose any games down in Florida if you want to get that national chip. D2 11U. Another loss that just really like it's a devastating loss, man. The Old Bricks Monarchs 27, the Staten Island Hurricanes 26, and you just lose you lose that game coming out. It's like it sets you back. It takes all the rhythm and everything out of you. Sunday D1 12U. Grade 8 Elite 31 and the Atlantic Stingrays 26, and I got the list after all of these games that I announced that we're gonna see who's still alive and who's in the Final Four and who's left. Monday at the D1 12U division, Brooklyn Chiefs 26, they're alive. Team Charlotte Elite 0. Tuesday, the Grade 8 Elite. Devastating loss too against the Jags, 20-19. So the Brooklyn, the Grade A Elite from Buffalo, they got their first loss, which was on Tuesday. D2 12U. Monday, Staten Island Hurricanes came out 33 and Tri-City Hurricanes 6. They came out like gangbusters and ran through Tri-City at the D2 12U division. D1 13U division, Staten Island Hurricanes won their first game Sunday, and they played Team Charlotte 25-12, and that was a good game too. Staten Island Hurricanes did their thing, but they came back the next day and they devastating loss to Mid River Renegades 14-12, and so we're gonna get into who's left and what's left and what's going on in Florida. Anybody that want to call us up, hit us up again, 718-717-9618. That's 718-717-9618. Call us up. And if anybody have any talk about, what went on in Florida and things that went on in Florida. So let's start off and see who's left out of New York, who's left. And we can talk about, we got at the 8U D2 division, we got two teams out of New York left. It's the Flower City Panthers and Staten Island Hurricanes, and they are part of the Final Four. I don't got the positions, but the Final Four in that division is the Joliet Ravens and the Young Kings, and I guess it's Northwest Grind, Hard Young Kings, and so that's four right there. I don't know who's playing what, but Thursday is we're gonna know who's gonna be in the chip. One or the other. It might be one or no New York teams. We're gonna be two New York teams, one New York team or no New York teams. Let's see how that goes. They're both playing. They both playing different teams. I think I see here, but I didn't write it down. I ain't right, but that's the Final Four on the 8U D2 division. All right, moving along is the 10U D2. 10U D2 division is also a Final Four, and it's the Brooklyn Chiefs is in one of them, and the Mont Cowboys, Marlons, and the Jags, and it was a devastating loss for the Flower City Panthers. I don't know who's going to be on for third place. If there's going to be a third place winner there, but I don't think it's going to be a New York team in that division. It's third place winner. No, there's no New York team in that division. All right, and a third place winner. So it's pretty much. I don't talk about that other bracket. The other bracket at the bottom. I don't get into our records. Is this in Florida? You play two. You play three. Some teams play four to get to the chip, and some teams play three to get to the chip. And if you lose one game, pretty much it's over. Just about. So there's a chance for third place, but other than that, it's like pretty much finished. So the next thing is the 12. Let me see, 12U D1. There's one team left. Was the Brooklyn Chiefs. 12U D1, Brooklyn Chiefs, the Jags, the Tidewater Trojans, and the West Side Wildcats is the Final Four. Brooklyn Chiefs, we pull it for you. This is the New York team in that division. Bring home that D1 chip. They're also playing thirds tomorrow to see if they go who's going to the national game. D2 12U. We have Staten Island Hurricanes also is a final four also, and the Staten Island Hurricanes are contenders to go to the championship game. Also is Juliet Ravens and Outlaws, Buck Outlaws, and the Plant City Colts. So that's a Florida team, I think. So Staten Island Hurricanes. Let's root for them at the 12U D2 division to bring home that chip. And we got a couple of third place when they play tonight. Big shout out to Jay. He plays tonight. His game should be almost over. To see that he can play for that third place. It's a show also. D1 11U. The Chiefs got a chance to play for that third place. title in Florida. And the show also at D113U has a chance to play for a third place title. So let's see, if you can win and you can show, you can also place in Florida. So that's the way it is, and that's pretty much. So you got some games today, but a lot of big games is tomorrow. And we might just, I'm thinking about it, like, should I do, because there's a couple of Final Fours, like I said, they play tomorrow. The 8U, the D1 8U has a Final Four. All right, D1 8U has a Final Four. D1 10U has the Final Four. D1, let me take that. I got it wrong. D2 8U has a Final Four. D2 10U has a Final Four. D1 12U has a Final Four. And D2 12U has a Final Four. And they all has New York teams in it. So I'm thinking about ordering a live stream. Maybe Friday, we do a show Friday. And because that should be the championship game on Friday. They play Thursday, and Friday's the championship game. So we'll see and probably do something to order the live stream. And, let's see, man. We got, just like I said, we got 1, 2 here, 3. No, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Yeah. Like 5 teams. 5 teams from New York got a chance to win that chip. That national championship. It could be D1 or D2. They got a chance to win that national championship and bring it home to New York. So, we'll know tomorrow when the smoke is cleared on who's going to play who, because there's a bunch of Final Fours tomorrow. So we'll know, and then I'll probably, because the game's going to be at a different time, and maybe we'll do something on Friday. I don't want to say the most important game because I might get in trouble with this. The game I want to see, if the Chiefs 12U D2 division, if the Chiefs 12U D2 division pull out and play Friday, I would like to see that game. That game is going to be a very important game. The Hurricanes at 12U D2 too. That's going to be a good game too. The Hurricanes at D2 12U is going to be a good game. This is a number. The D2 10. They're all going to be good games. To be honest with you, you got 2 teams that's in the 8U D2 division. They're all going to be good games, man. They all going to be good games. It's like I got to decide. I got to see what the schedule is going to be because we'll like to restream it and show it on our show. On our show to restream it. Show it on our show to see how it is. But that's what it is. That's what it is down in Florida. Florida's Florida. What are you gonna say? I talked to a couple of people down there. They're not. Some lost. You got some chatter on Facebook. About UYFL and people just like to blame referees and things like that. I know it's tough, man. I know it's tough, and it's some tough losses and some convincing losses that but we can't lose sight. We can't lose sight of blaming referees, man. We can't. We have to kind of like it is what it is, man. The referees are human, and like any tournament, you're gonna have some unhappy campers, man. You're gonna have some unhappy campers. I'm trolling. There's 31 comments on a comment from a fella. He says UYFL is a cool tournament, but the ref are terrible. Some are okay, but the ones he encountered, and I seen some other games where it was tons of terrible calls, and that cost people the game. And they had a ref with a remote control. The clock. I'm not gonna read. Listen, man. I know it's tough, man. You go down there with your team, and it's something that parents put a lot of time and they spend a lot of money. Coaches spends a lot of time and resources in preparing it. And I know the emotions are high, but we cannot lose the fact that the kids is out there playing. And I don't want, it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, the ball get kicked off, the clock is running, and you play the game in between the lines and in between the time, and the results is what it is. The results is just what it is, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's but we need to stop like blaming referees, man. Referees, man, they got a very, very tough job. And just like I said, I don't think no ref come in and they doing a game, they on their feet for several hours to come in to say, oh, this team, I'm gonna deliberately make bad calls. I don't think so. It's not it's not enough money in it to do it. They do it, for a little bit of change they get, and also for the love of the game and the kids playing, and they try to get it right, and you're in the moment. And I would challenge any person that's criticizing referees, just change position and do what he do for one game, and you're gonna realize how tough it is. You're gonna realize how tough it is. It's like I think the expert, the what you call it, you work yourself up to go to Florida. You make it bigger than what it is. You make it bigger than what it is, and you sell it to the kids, and you sell it to the parents, and then when it don't work out, here's the letdown. Here's the letdown. And it's a competition, and every tournament is not going to be 100% right, but in some cases, you try to do it the best you can, but we got to control our emotions. I know it's worked up, and there's a lot of. Going down to Florida, it sets some people back. They got to do some things, a lot of fundraising, a lot of tapping out their credit cards and everything, and at the end of the day, you lost. You have a setback, and that's the way it is. So you shouldn't make it big than what it is. It's a competition with the nation. First you do your local competition, and then some of you guys that has a state competition. Like what we're going to do next year, we're going to really work hard to get to state, because this is a product. It's a product that's going to do well. Some people, don't want to go down there. Some people, they want to stay home. And hey, we're gonna have a product for them to go to. This might be, it's gonna be a little cheaper, and you at home, you can stay in your own bed and everything. But that's that state brand that we bring in New York, and it's not for everybody. But if you decide to go, you shouldn't work yourself up, because You got to play 3 games. You got to play 4 flawless games. Some teams play 4 flawless games. And it's hard. It's not easy. It's not easy, man. It's the teams that went down there, they thought they was good, and it happens. So let's come back from the commercial break. We're going to try to wrap it up. We're going to, I had a guest that canceled on the end. So, this was going to be my second part of the show. But, we're going to kind of wrap it up. Probably get an hour out of this and come back next week. All right, so we go to commercial break and come back.
A community fundraiser. Each of us helps one of us. Think of a community hit with an epidemic that created financial devastation, massive unemployment, housing problems, and food shortages. To help the community to weather the tough times ahead, we must pull our resources together and create a cycle of funding. A one-time resource is Help Required. Each of us helps one of us. With this continuously cycle of support, we'll relieve the burden off of you, the individual, with the help from the community. To join our community, email us at eachofushelpsoneofus@gmail.com. Leave your name and date of birth, and we'll send you the instruction video.
To create a perfect student athlete, you must enhance these attributes: mind, body, and soul. In other words, education, fitness, and nutrition must be a part of your life. And it starts right here at the New York City Youth Sports Initiative.
Here's 5 ways to support NYC Youth Sports Podcast Show. 1. Push the subscribe button, like it, and leave a comment. 2. Donation. What you can. It will be appreciated. 3. Promote what you're doing or your kid's achievement in youth sports with our $10 on-the-screen ad spot. $10 per show or $30 a month. 4. Share this podcast show with others on social media. 5. Buy our show's apparel on Amazon.com. Thank you for your participation.
We're back, NYC Youth Sports Podcast, and we're just going to do a little recap on what's coming up next weekend. It's a big weekend in New York City. New York League is having a Super Bowl at Ravis High School, E Hall High School. It's 1405 McDonald Avenue in Brooklyn. Just like I said, I'm going to recap the games. Saturday at 10 o'clock, you got 2 games on Saturday, one at 10 and one at 1. The 10 o'clock game is the Brooklyn Skyhawks Springfield Rifles at the Peanut Division. And it's the big boys, the 15 and 17-year-old division. You got the LBX Empire and the New York City Lions. They play at 1 o'clock. Come back the next game, which is Sunday. You got 3 games starting at the Junior PB Division. Bronx Knights, Springfield Rifles at 9:30. 11:30, Queens Falcons, Brooklyn Skyhawks at 11:30. That's the Pee Wee division. And the Banter division at 1:30, you got the Queens Falcons and the Brooklyn Skyhawks. So go support that. They got it's a gate fee, $10 at the gate. Kids are free. No alcohol, and leave all the negative attitudes out at home, and come there and have some fun. It's New York League. If I got time, I might shoot out there and see one of the games Saturday or Sunday. I don't know which day, but I might show my face on one of those 2 days. So that's something to do this weekend at in New York City, as far as youth sports is concerned. And right, tomorrow starts the Final Four. You can see it out a lot, and I should call them up. They should pay me for this promo I'm doing for them. Box BOX 5 TV. You pay for the day. I think it's $25. You pay for the day. You get all the games of the day. You got 4. You have, let me see, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 Final Four games playing that day. These are the teams to look out in New York at 8U, D2, Flower City, Staten Island Hurricanes playing tomorrow in the Final Four. Who's going to the chip? Yeah, it'd be good if you get the Flower City and Staten Island Hurricanes playing. Two New York teams playing for the chips. I know they're going to be playing somebody else tomorrow. At 10U, D2 division, you got to watch out Brooklyn Chiefs. Look out for them. Go over them to this game. They win. They're one of the teams that's going to be in the chip. And then you got at 12U D2, Staten Island Hurricanes. Watch out for them. Watch out for them. They'll be playing tomorrow and see what's going on with that. See if they go to the chip. And also 12U D1, Brooklyn Chiefs. I think this is going to be the game. This is the game to watch. Find out. I'm going to put it out on Facebook when the game is going to be that day tomorrow. This is the game right here. This is for to go and play. They need to play 2 more games. This one and then win the next one, and there'll be national championships. There'll be a national champions at 12U D1. And that's the game. I'm gonna call that's the game right there. That's the game. And just like I said, you got a couple of third place teams. I think depending on what the 11U D1 D2 11U show do today, they're gonna play for the third place team. D1 13U show is playing for third place. Oh, I got D2 11U show. If they win today, they're playing for third place. We'll know that tonight when I get home and check. They'll be playing for third place on their next game. And the D1 11U Chiefs will be playing for third place. Their next game is for third place, which is tomorrow. And let's see how it goes. Let's see what New York gets. Five teams in the chip. 5 teams in the chip, and that's pretty solid. Pretty solid, I'm gonna talk it over with Joe and see we can which game. I like to get that 12U game and sit and talk about it. Be honest with you, if that 12U win tomorrow, I think they chip is Friday. They play the next game for the national champion at 12U D1 national champion. So. We're hoping that'll be the case. They went through everybody. It's like they had no problems with nobody. They went through everybody at 12U so far. So let's see what happens, man. The games get more tougher. The games get more tougher now. Let's see what happens. But that's it, man. That's all I got for tonight. We had a guest, and we coming to the end of our season. One more show, and then we taking off for Christmas and New Year's, and we be back in 2022. The show be back in 2022. We don't have a date yet, but we be back, and a lot of things we're gonna be working on over the holiday season, and things to get back on track on certain things. But that's like I said, we need your support. We need your support, and I'm gonna add one more thing about the support. If you can't hit the subscribe button, and you like what we doing, share what we doing. Share what we doing. Share this show or other shows we have with other people. So we are desperately trying to bring people to the site and grow our show. It's gonna happen. Because I have met real good and positive people I'm meeting, and we're going to be doing a lot of positive work with them in the next year. And as far as the show is concerned, we're going through a transition that you know, some people you have to cut loose, and some people will cut you loose, and you know who supports you and who's really in your corner. But other than that, we're going to move on. We have the energy, we have the drive, we have the goal, we have the show. And we're going to be doing some great things. So just like I said, man, if you can't hit the red button, share our show with other people. It's all about expanding our platform, expanding our viewing audience. And that's what it's about, expanding our viewing audience and bring everybody to the show. Because we feel here we're the only independent youth sports show in New York City. In New York City, that's going to talk about everybody, what they doing, and what they're not doing, and good, the bad, the ugly. You know, we talk about it. You know, there's no other show that's going to talk about the whole spectrum of youth sports but this show. So support the platform, share our show, subscribe to our show, donate to our show. And that'll make a better, you know, that'll make us get bigger and better and everything. So with that said, we'll be back next week. That'll be our last show on the air this year. And just like I said, we'll be back back in January 22 someday. I haven't picked the date yet, but we have a lot of things we have to do around here for the studio and doing some other work, catch-up work, and get this show on this track to be more independent and financially independent also. All right, so with that said, Uncle Milt, see you guys later. Good luck in Florida. We'll be watching. Remember, go see them tomorrow. Is on Box 5 TV. You pay for it, and then, you know, you scroll down and get one of the New York games that I just mentioned. That's Box 5 TV. We're going to be watching it. It's very, very, the camera angles are very good. You'll be able to see everything and hear everything and everything. So with that said, it's Uncle Mill, and I'm out.